It's February 11th, 2001, and 20-year-old Dutch student Jan de Wit, aka On the Fly, is browsing the internet. He's searching for a simple virus creation toolkit. He doesn't have to look as hard as you'd think. In a few days, cybersecurity expert Richard Smith will claim that more than 100 of these types of kits are available for anyone to download. De Wit isn't a computer whiz by any stretch. In fact, he doesn't even know how to code. Today he saw a research note on the internet claiming users hadn't learned anything from the lovebug virus the previous year, which had affected millions of Windows users by sending itself to all of the email contacts in a user's infected computer. De Wit is intrigued by this claim, so he decides to download one of these point-and-click virus toolkits and create the Kournikova virus. The virus's code is actually really intuitive and can be broken into two main components. The first part sets up the virus on the host computer by creating a shell object to write to the Windows registry, which is essentially just a database that stores configuration settings and options for the operating system and any installed applications. The program uses regwrite to create a registry entry under the specified path, then creates a file system object to copy the script currently running onto the Windows desktop with the name anakournikova.jpg.vbs. This is brilliant social engineering for two reasons. Firstly, the .jpg included in the file name will still be visible to users, while the script's actual file extension, .vbs, is omitted by Windows. To an unsuspecting user, the file will just look like a picture, instead of the Visual Basic script it actually is. The other element of social engineering is De Wit's own doing. At the time, professional tennis player Anna Kournikova was the 8th most popular woman searched for on Google, which might have had less to do with her tennis talent than she would have liked. Anyways, the next piece of code checks the registry to see if the script's been run yet on this specific computer, and if it hasn't, then the function doMail is called. doMail is the function in charge of spreading the virus. It first creates an Outlook application object so that a user's address list can be retrieved. Next, a for loop goes through every single email address that a user has in their address list, sending each contact an email containing the anakournikova.jpg.vbs script as an attachment. When this is done, the virus marks the host computer as having been infected, and that's it. De Wit fortunately didn't have any evil intentions. A payload is a term to describe what a virus is designed to do to a victim's computer. In this case, De Wit's payload was a simple if statement to check if the date was his birthday, January 26th, and if it was, then the infected computers would open dynabuy.nl, the website of a computer shop in the Netherlands. Even if De Wit's intentions weren't malicious, his virus ended up working a lot better than he expected. One of the main techniques used by antivirus software are scanners, where the software detects malicious programs by matching them against a database of known malware signatures. However, this code obviously didn't match too many known signatures and didn't really do anything extreme like attempting to delete files, which definitely helped it slip past detection. Microsoft will go on to implement warnings for suspicious file attachments in emails like Visual Basic scripts, and antivirus softwares will continue to improve their heuristics, which are antivirus techniques focused on detecting new viruses that haven't been seen before. This can be done in a number of ways, like executing the file in a virtual machine to check for suspicious behavior. These methods have obviously increased in sophistication as time goes on, with the newest antivirus softwares even implementing tools like AI to help fight newer, more creative malware. However, Anna Kournikova is just one of many examples of the greatest cybersecurity weakness: people. A joint 2020 study done by Stanford and the security firm Tessian found that 88% of data breaches were the result of human error. The sad reality is that educating people about cybersecurity is costly and often difficult, especially for those with little background in computer science. At the same time, cybercrime has become a booming industry. When De Wit created the Kournikova virus, email viruses in general were up 300% from the previous year. The general trend in increasing malware will continue on through the following years, only malware will begin to get stealthier and more financially motivated, leaving those high visibility attacks on the whole internet like Anna Kournikova in the past. To better visualize the efficiency of Anna Kournikova, the virus can be thought of as an exponential function. For example, the average number of unique contacts in any user's address list raised to the number of emails away this user is from the source email from De Wit. So for example, if a user had an average of 20 unique contacts in their address list, then the first email from De Wit would infect 20 computers, the second would infect 400, and so on. Eventually, the number of computers infected will increase into the millions by most sources' estimates. Fortunately for De Wit, only $166,000 worth of damages will be claimed, with some antivirus companies not willing to come forward on the record as victims. This led to a very lackluster prosecution, with De Wit getting sentenced to just 150 hours of community service. Hopefully DeWitt's virus, which was widely covered by news outlets, helped to spread more awareness about viruses in general. But even 23 years later, it's clear that people still remain cybersecurity's greatest weakness. And on that note, I'm sure DeWitt wished he just emailed his friends a picture. Thanks for watching.